Hello, I'm Jiyu, a woman in her 30s, who witnessed the satisfying downfall of people who constantly demanded filial piety just because they were family. I, too, believe that it's natural for children to serve and respect their parents. However, if the parents weren't truly parental, it's hard to respect them, no matter if you are their child. Yet, when you look around, you often find people who demand unconditional respect, simply because they are the parents. It seems that self-centered, selfish people eventually get their comeuppance. I also had a ridiculous experience like this. I thought some of you might relate, so I'm going to share my story frankly today. My family consists of my parents, my older sister Jihyun, and me, 4 of us. Both of my parents worked. My dad had a job, and my mom ran a restaurant. Since both were working, we weren't exactly struggling financially. The stability of our home began to crumble around the time I was in elementary school. One day, after school, I went home and saw strange stickers plastered everywhere. I checked them, and they were red with some writing. You might have seen them on TV, but those red stickers are seizure notices. My dad had co-signed a loan that went bad. The seizure notices came in, and our family was suddenly buried under a mountain of debt. Our life became incredibly difficult after that day. My mom yelled at my dad every day, and my dad would just drink silently. What are you going to do about this? Where is that wonderful friend of yours? What are we going to do? Our children are growing up. What's the plan? Say something. You were so close to those people. Where are they all now? We're struggling. Where did they go? My dad was the type of person who couldn't easily refuse a favor, which meant he often ended up co-signing loans. Though the co-signing system has largely disappeared now, back then, many families were financially ruined for generations because of it. Our family, completely ruined in an instant, had no choice but to move into a dilapidated 2-room rental villa. From that point on, we truly had to fight for survival every day. My mom, especially, tried desperately to save every penny. Mending a pair of socks that had torn a couple of times was normal, and after we moved, her restaurant was far away, but she always walked the entire distance. She also bought restaurant ingredients at the pre-dawn market, and whenever she went, she'd get leftover scraps of vegetables like cabbage from the trimming process. She would use those scraps to make our dinner. Jihyun, hurry and come eat. Mom is short on time. I have to leave right away. Eat, and then just do the dishes, okay? After quickly making us dinner, Mom would walk that long distance to the restaurant. Before things got hard, she used to close the store around dinner time, but after we fell on hard times, she kept the restaurant open every single day. She'd even make and sell side dishes that could be served as bar snacks in the evenings. Naturally, my mom's spirit of frugality influenced us too. When we bathed, we'd use 2 large tubs. We'd fill one with water and sit in the other empty one to wash. The used bathwater would then be saved to flush the toilet. We truly saved everything like that. Living life, simply surviving day by day, taught me the immense value of money and hard work deep in my bones. That's why I had no choice but to live diligently. While my friends were playing, I was always in the library. Even after getting into college, I never forgot my dream and studied very hard. After studying relentlessly, I eventually became a patent attorney. Becoming a patent attorney requires passing a national qualification exam and completing training, and the path was definitely not easy. The scope of study was huge, and the pass rate was low, so I had many doubts at first, but the thought of doing such important work, which was proportional to the low pass rate, motivated me to work even more fiercely. And when I finally got my business card as a patent attorney, the person who was happiest was my mom. My daughter is so great. So impressive. All that hard work really paid off. Well done, well done. Your mom is so happy because of you. After that, I worked hard as a patent attorney. What I learned while working was that life is truly not easy. I listened to so many people's stories, and there were so many unfair and outrageous ones. In particular, Since I deal with intellectual property rights like patents, trademarks, and designs, there were many cases where people were stabbed in the back, just like my dad in the past. One day, the CEO of a small business came to see me. It was a case where an employee of his client company had secretly stolen an idea he had devised long ago, and filed a patent application first with another company. The CEO had built his business solely around researching that one patent technology, and he complained that he never expected to be betrayed like this by a trusted client employee. He showed me a notebook, which was filled with hand-drawn diagrams and writings. His words to me as he gently touched that notebook are still unforgettable. "This is what I've done my entire life. I researched for years, barely sleeping. This is like my lifeblood, and I never thought I'd be betrayed by that person I trusted. They already filed a patent. Isn't there any way to reverse it? It feels like my own child has been taken from me. I'm so enraged and heartbroken, I can't even sleep." Hearing his earnest plea, I promised him that I would do everything I could to get the patent back. Ultimately, the materials he provided became the crucial evidence, and at the end of the lawsuit, the company that had stolen the idea was forced to abandon the patent, which was then returned to the small business CEO. The joy I felt when the CEO grabbed my hand and expressed his gratitude, with tears in his eyes, made me feel like I had truly made the right choice to pursue this career. I worked so hard that before I knew it, I was already in my 30s. My sister got married and started a family in her early 30s, but I was so focused on my work that I hadn't properly dated, let alone married. From then on, my parents' worry was my marriage. I was living with my parents at the time, and they started showing extreme interest whenever I went out. "Mom, I'll be late tonight. I'm meeting a friend and will be home late. Please go to bed first." "Where are you going? Where are you going? You don't even drink. What is it? Are you meeting a boyfriend?" "Oh, what are you talking about?" "I'm meeting Jiyoung. You know my friend Jiyoung. We're watching a movie tonight. It'll be close to midnight when it finishes." "Why do you only meet Jiyoung? Don't you have a boyfriend? Your sister is married now and has a baby. When are you going to get married and have children? You need to get married soon." I honestly had no thoughts of marriage at the time. My work was enjoyable, and more than anything, I wasn't sure if I could have a peaceful, well-established married life. Then one day, an event occurred that completely changed my mind. It was when I attended my middle school reunion. There, I met someone completely unexpected. So many of my friends came to the reunion. It was interesting to see the friends I was close to, and even the rowdy ones, all grown up and working respectable jobs. As I was talking to many friends and stepping out of the restaurant to move seats, a friend tapped me on the shoulder. When I turned around, I was completely surprised. He was Hyunwoo, the most popular and academically excellent guy in our class. "You're Jiyu, right? Do you remember me, Hyunwoo?" "Huh. Oh, Hyunwoo, of course, I remember you. How could I not know you? Wow, you came too. I didn't see you earlier. Where were you? It's been so long." "I know. It's been almost 20 years, hasn't it? You look the same as back then." Hyunwoo was so popular in school that I always thought he was out of my league. Frankly, we hadn't really talked much in middle school, so I was a little surprised that he came up and greeted me like this. We ended up moving to another spot to talk, and that's when I learned a shocking fact: Hyunwoo had a crush on me in middle school. "What? You liked me? You must be lying. We weren't even that close." "That's true, but I really did like you. I heard about you occasionally after graduation. I kept thinking about reaching out, but I thought you wouldn't remember me." "How could I not remember you? Who in our school didn't know you?" "Wow, I honestly had no idea. Why didn't you tell me back then?" Starting with that encounter, Hyunwoo and I quickly grew close. He had been quiet and reserved in middle school, so I didn't know he was so good at conversation. The more we talked, the faster time seemed to fly, which made it really enjoyable. After that, Hyunwoo and I met often, grabbing meals and coffee, and we became closer. Eventually, we started developing feelings for each other. That's how we became a couple. My boyfriend, Hyunwoo, was a very honest and diligent person. He worked harder than anyone at his company, and was a good person who never skipped his workouts. Hyunwoo was living on his own, and though it was a studio apartment, he had managed to secure it all by himself. I thought that was incredibly impressive. Wow, Hyunwoo, you're amazing. How did you manage to save so diligently and even secure a place? I still live with my parents, and you're already independent. Seriously, tell me the truth, did your parents help you? Your family was pretty well off back in the day. PSH, help? What help? I put myself through college all on my own, too. Really? I thought your family was wealthy? So, you earned all your tuition by yourself during college? I worked really hard at part-time jobs during breaks. Even that wasn't enough, so I took out student loans, and I had to get scholarships, so I tried my best to study hard. Hyunwoo's family was known to be wealthy in middle school. Hearing that he had paid for his own college tuition and secured his own place without any family help, made my trust in him grow even stronger. However, during the 2 years we dated, Hyunwoo never seemed to spend much time with his family on holidays or special occasions. He always said he was too busy with work to go. I felt bad for him, so, one time, after the holidays were over, I brought him home during the extended break. I wanted him to at least have a holiday meal. My mom and dad made a huge fuss over him. Mom, Dad, say hello. This is Hyunwoo, my boyfriend. I told you, he's a middle school classmate. Oh my goodness. Heavens. A handsome man, like this is dating you. Welcome, welcome. Hello, my name is Park Hyunwoo. It's an honor to meet you, madam and sir. I wasn't sure what to bring, so I brought a fruit basket. I hope it's okay. Oh, we love fruit. You're so thoughtful. Come in, sit down. You haven't eaten, have you? I'll prepare some food. Eat and then just relax and hang out. Hyunwoo was warmly welcomed by my parents and spent the whole day at our house, eating, watching TV, and chatting happily. When I walked him out that day, Hyunwoo's expression seemed a little strange. I thought maybe he was uncomfortable, so I brought it up. I'm sorry, Mom and Dad questioned you so much, didn't they? I should have stopped them. Gosh, my mom and dad are always so over the top. Were you uncomfortable? Maybe I should have brought you out earlier. Oh, no, not at all. It's not that. I felt like I received such a warm welcome after a long time, so my heart is a bit overwhelmed. I really had fun today. Your mom and dad seem like such wonderful people. Gee, I truly envy you. Envy me? It's just because you're busy with work. When you go home, I bet your parents dote on you, saying our son, you saw earlier, right? My mom and dad are trying to marry me off at all costs. Don't worry about what they said. Why? We can just get married. You don't want to marry me. Oh, no, it's not that. Going to your house today was really the right thing to do. Today, I became absolutely sure that I want to marry you. I was totally caught off guard by Hyunwoo's sudden declaration. He just smiled at me as I stood there, flustered and unsure what to do. At the time, I couldn't understand why he envied our home, when his family had an older brother and a sister-in-law, making it a bustling household, and they were also financially comfortable. After 2.5 years of dating, we decided to get married in my late 30s. Hyunwoo was eager to marry me quickly. As soon as the news of my upcoming marriage reached my house, my parents were naturally so excited, as if they were about to throw a party. That day, I brought up the topic of marriage, subtly while having dinner with my parents. Mom, Dad, I'm going to marry Hyunwoo. I didn't even look up, just quickly said it while eating. But my parents didn't say anything or react for a long time. What's wrong? I thought, and when I looked up, both Mom and Dad were staring at me in shock. Then, They immediately burst into cheers. Oh my god, marriage? Hyunwoo is really going to marry you? Oh my goodness, my daughter is getting married. What great news! Did Hyunwoo promise you for sure he's not going to change his mind, is he? Hey, what kind of reaction is that? Oh, honey, our daughter is finally getting married. She's finally getting married. Oh, I'm going to cry. We shouldn't just stand here. Call Hyunwoo right now. In my house, everyone took my marriage as a matter of course, and celebrated it immensely. A little later, we went to meet my future in-laws. I was so nervous and anxious that I felt like my mind was going blank. It was Hyunwoo who tightly held my hand. However, the atmosphere when we arrived at my future in-laws' house was not what I had expected. I had definitely heard they were a very wealthy family in middle school, but they were living in a rather small apartment. I was a bit flustered by that, but when I actually entered the house, I was even more surprised. My future parents-in-law were literally just wearing their pajamas. I was shocked, but Hyunwoo was even more embarrassed. Mom, I told you I was bringing my girlfriend to meet you today. Oh, say hello. Just say hello. Hyunwoo's girlfriend. Come here and sit down. Well, we're busy and have to go out, so let's just have a quick cup of tea. What? Just a quick cup of tea when I'm meeting you for the first time? Oh, what's the big deal? We'll have plenty of meals together in the future. Your girlfriend must be nervous. It's better to have tea than a meal, don't you think? Hurry and sit down. The overly casual attitude of my future mother-in-law made me feel a bit awkward. Still, as we talked, they coolly gave their permission for the marriage, and told us that we should handle all the preparations ourselves. I thought that was just the typical atmosphere of my future in-law's home. Neither my future father-in-law nor mother-in-law brought up any particular issues with me. They just seemed happy that we were going to handle all the wedding preparations ourselves. Throughout the conversation, Hyunwoo barely spoke and just sat quietly. We finished the first greeting in a slightly strange atmosphere. We were done with the whole visit in less than an hour. As Hyunwoo was driving me home, he suddenly apologized to me. "Ji-yoo, I'm sorry, were you surprised? The truth is, this is just how my family is. I should have told you beforehand. I'm sorry." No, I was a little surprised, but if that's the usual atmosphere, then it's fine. I didn't expect them to agree to the marriage so quickly, though. I was pretty nervous. Just don't worry about my family. You won't have to worry about anything. Even if my parents say something, you don't have to take it to heart. I'll take care of everything. Hyunwoo's expression wasn't very good at the time. I learned the reason for this later. A little later, we had the meeting between both families, and that gathering also had little substance. My parents were extremely excited to meet the other parents, but as expected, my future in-laws showed little interest, treating them almost like strangers. Furthermore, my future brother-in-law's family, who were married, didn't even show up. Only my future sister-in-law, who lived far away, was present and sat quietly. My dad initially brought up my future brother-in-law out of curiosity. "Ah, I heard my future son-in-law has an older brother, but it seems he couldn't make it today. I thought it would be nice to meet him on an occasion like this, but it's a shame. Well, seeing the couple getting married is enough. Ah, our son is so busy with work. How could he have the time to worry about his younger brother's affairs when he's so busy with his own? Our eldest has been so smart since he was young, so he has a lot of things going on here and there. I wish Hyunwoo had just half of his brother's qualities." "Oh, no, not at all. Hyunwoo is so sincere and good, that everyone around us envies me for having such a solid son-in-law." "Solid? Only because you haven't seen our eldest, ma'am. Our eldest, you know, was a genius from a young age. Everyone was amazed and called him a prodigy." Oddly, my future in-laws spent the whole time praising the elder son, who wasn't even there, rather than praising Hyunwoo. I found it strange, but because Hyunwoo had occasionally mentioned that his parents' love for the eldest was exceptionally devoted, I just thought they were a bit unusual. After the family meeting ended, we diligently prepared for the wedding ourselves. I occasionally tried to get closer to my future in-laws, but Hyunwoo continuously discouraged me, saying there was absolutely no need for it. And then, I heard something from Hyunwoo that really surprised me. It turned out that Hyunwoo had been treated unfairly by his family. My parents only cared about my older brother since we were kids. Even the house they live in now is a smaller one. They moved into after selling their old house to help my brother buy his new place when he got married. They didn't even pay for my college tuition, so my sister and I had to put ourselves through university. My sister only showed up for the meeting because of my wedding, but she never visits home. So, Jiu, you really don't have to worry about my family. That must have been so hard. Is that why you always looked so down in school? Friends always said your family was rich. Yeah, but what good is it if they're rich? It means nothing to me. Anyway, even after we get married, you won't have to worry too much. Even after the wedding, my parents will only care about my brother's family, not ours. I'm sorry I didn't tell you sooner. I wanted to be honest, but I just couldn't bring myself to say it. Your family is so harmonious, I thought you might not understand. Hearing the loneliness in Hyunwoo's voice really broke my heart. True to Hyunwoo's words, my future in-laws showed no interest in our wedding. But just 3 months before the wedding, something major happened at my future in-law's house. My future brother-in-law suddenly divorced and moved back in with them. His business at the time failed completely, and he was practically chased out. Knowing this, my future in-law's attitude suddenly changed dramatically. One day, my future mother-in-law called. For almost a year of wedding preparations, my future mother-in-law hadn't called me even once, but suddenly she was calling and asking affectionately how the wedding preparations were going. Jiu, how are you? Are the wedding preparations going well? I hear you've secured a new home. All the furniture and everything sorted out? Ah, yes, mother. I was just about to tell both parents that we're ready to move in, but I heard you and father were busy. Oh, Hyunwoo said that. No, not busy. Of course, we have to pay attention when our child is getting married. I just called because I thought you'd be moving in soon. How's your schedule today? Is there anything you need? You should at least clean up before moving in. Is it okay if I come by and have a look? Ah, yes, you can come. I was planning to go for a bit this afternoon. Oh, perfect. That's great. I have something to give you anyway. We can look around and see each other. So, I met my future mother-in-law for the first time in a long while. She greeted me so warmly. We looked around the new house together. She brought a large pile of new towels for the apartment, and although they were just promotional towels she had received as gifts, I was still grateful that she had thought of us. Soon after, we finally had our wedding ceremony. Both sets of parents and family members gathered to celebrate our marriage. It was a joyful and happy wedding, and the very next day, we left for our honeymoon. But just before boarding the plane, my mother-in-law suddenly called. Oh, Jiu, are you heading to the plane now? Have a good honeymoon. And I know yesterday was a whirlwind. It's always exhausting and confusing after a wedding, isn't it? Ah, yes, mother, it's okay. We just sorted out the luggage as soon as we got home yesterday and fell asleep. We'll have a good trip. Good. Have a safe trip. You'll be busy heading back to work as soon as you get back, won't you? So, I was thinking, I could clean the new house and stock up on side dishes and other things. Could you tell me your house code? Pardon? Our house code? Yes. Oh, you'll be so overwhelmed after the honeymoon. There might be things still unorganized after the wedding, and trying to sort those out will be a headache. I'll do it for you, so please tell me the code. I also made some side dishes for you, but there's no space in our fridge. I'll put them in your fridge. So, my mother-in-law asked for the code, saying she would clean and bring side dishes, and I, without any suspicion, gave her the number. Little did I know that this choice would lead to disaster. We had a truly happy 1-week honeymoon. It was such a beautiful, dreamlike time. We bought lots of souvenirs for friends and family, and after a week, we returned to our new home. On the way back, Hyunwoo said he would buy dinner nearby, so I went up to the house first, but as I entered the code and went inside, I saw shoes in the entryway. Just as I wondered what was going on, someone greeted me. It was my parents-in-law. "Oh, you're back. You must be tired from the flight. We were just making dinner. Perfect timing. Sit down right away, eat, then shower." "Oh, mother, how did you get here?" "Oh, we'll talk about that later. Just put your luggage in that room over there. We can organize it slowly later. Hurry up." I was so stunned by my mother-in-law's nonchalant tone. I looked around the house and noticed that the furniture arrangement had been changed from how we had left it. Wondering what on earth was happening, I headed for the master bedroom, and when I opened the door, I was horrified. The master bedroom was filled with boxes everywhere, and my father-in-law was lying down on the bed. "Father. Oh, you're back. Oh, I was starving waiting for you too. But why did you come into this room? Isn't your room the smaller one over there?" What are you talking about?" Then, my mother-in-law started chuckling and spoke from behind me. "Oh, why are you opening this door? I told you to put the luggage in the small room over there. Hurry and put your bags there. What are you talking about? And what are all these boxes? What do you think? There are belongings. Oh, your brother-in-law's business failed, and he's in debt. Our lease was up, so we couldn't stay there, could we? We have to save your brother-in-law, so we gave that money to your brother-in-law. We're going to live here for now." What did you say? What are you talking about? Live here? When did you say that? What's the difference if we say it now? Are you going to just watch your parents-in-law be homeless? Of course not. Anyway, that's what happened, so now you know. Go to the small room and unpack. I even prepared dinner for you so you wouldn't have to struggle. Isn't that nice? We just brought our stuff a little while ago. Oh, we were so tired. From tomorrow, we'll be unpacking our things in the master bedroom, so don't worry about it and organize your things in the small room. You don't have to help us. We'll take care of it. I was dumbfounded by my mother-in-law's utter shamelessness. I couldn't understand how they could make such a decision, without saying a single word to us. Furthermore, they spoke so brazenly without an ounce of apology, and my anger started to rise. Still, I tried to be polite at first. "Mother, no matter what, this is unacceptable. This is my husband's and my house, no matter if we're family. Making a demand to cohabitate like this is not right. Since you're here today, I can't help it, but I cannot agree to this cohabitation. Please pack your bags." What are you saying? Are you trying to kick out your in-laws? I'm not kicking you out. I'm telling you this is something I didn't agree to. How can you do this without saying anything? I won't accept it. What right do you have? You're just a daughter-in-law, I can throw you out of here with a single word. How dare you raise your voice? Raise your voice. You made this house with my son's money, and you dare to raise your voice. We've already decided, so you have no say in this. Don't talk nonsense. If you really don't want us here, let's just pretend this marriage never happened. I don't really want a daughter-in-law who doesn't treat the master bedroom with respect anyway. I allowed this marriage because you had a decent job, even though your family is nothing special, and look at your attitude now. My mother-in-law's final comment made my anger finally explode. I felt that I had no reason to be treated this way, even if it meant breaking up with Hyunwoo. Are you saying I have no right to demand anything, because this house is my husband's? Yes, did you think I wouldn't know? My son sold his previous home and used his savings to buy this house. That boy, he didn't give a single penny when his parents were struggling, just saved up, and then said he bought this house. So, since it's my son's house, it's my house too. Honestly, you weren't my first choice, but I allowed it because my son was so insistent on marrying you. But what is this attitude? Be quiet and unpack before Hyunwoo gets here. I'm only being lenient because of Hyunwoo. Do you think Hyunwoo would want to live with you if you act like this toward me? I'm sparing you out of pity. What did you say? I can't tolerate this anymore. I absolutely have no intention of living with you two in this house. What? What? Did you even hear what I just said? Then you get out of my son's house. Get out of our house right now. Seeing my mother-in-law screaming in anger, I immediately headed to the master bedroom closet. I pulled out a document hidden deep inside. Fortunately, my in-laws hadn't found this document. That's probably why they were talking to me so shamelessly. I placed the document right in front of my mother-in-law and spoke. At my words, my mother-in-law was terrified. See this? Look whose name is on the house deed. This house isn't the son's, it's mine. Can you see? So, the people who need to leave are you two, not me. What? What? Why? Why is this house in your name? You've treated your son unfairly all these years, and now you want parental respect. But guess what? That son has long since lost his affection for you. Leave now before you see this document. What are you saying? You think that just because this house is under your name, it's all yours? The money is still our son's money. What do you think our son will say when he sees what you're doing? You're making a huge mistake. Just then, the security code was punched in, and Hyunwoo walked in. He witnessed the entire situation. At first, Hyunwoo was extremely flustered. What? Mom, why are you here? Oh, Hyunwoo. Guess what she said to me? She said this is her house and told us to leave. She did. What? What is going on? Oh, our lease was up, and we had to move out. Where else could we go? Your brother got divorced and was kicked out. Where else could we go? We said we would live here for a bit, and your wife told us to leave. Does your mother deserve to be treated like this? Is that true, honey? Really? Yes, they brought all their belongings while we were away. They put all their stuff in the master bedroom. I can't live like this, so I told them to leave. They gave all their security deposit to your brother. You decide. I can't live like this. Hyunwoo stood with his head down, speechless for a while. Seeing that, my mother-in-law must have thought her son would take her side. Oh, Hyunwoo, you're upset too, aren't you? I'm upset too. But what can we do when your wife acts like this? Let's just kick her out. Why did you put the house in her name? You can prove you paid for this house and get the deed back. So, let's just kick her out. As she said this, my mother-in-law grabbed Hyunwoo's hand, and then, it was Hyunwoo who angrily shook off her hand. When he did that, my mother-in-law was incredibly shocked. Hyunwoo then unleashed a torrent of furious words at her. It was the first time I had ever seen Hyunwoo that angry. Mom. Hyunwoo, what's wrong? You're truly going too far. You're really going too far. Am I not your son? Am I not your child? How can you be so shameless as to show up at my house? What is it, Hyunwoo? Why are you acting like this? Aren't you our son? Why are you doing this? Why? Have you, Mom and Dad, ever considered me a precious child? You've only ever cared about brother. How can you do this to me? Don't you know that you invested everything in brother, and that's why this happened, even after he ruined his business? And instead of blaming the brother, who hasn't learned his lesson, you what? You gave him your security deposit? Do you think that makes sense? I heard he's living in a single-room apartment, after wasting all his business money and drinking, leading to his divorce, and you're going to help him again when he still hasn't learned his lesson. You are truly despicable. Then my father-in-law rushed out of the master bedroom and started yelling at Hyunwoo, who was pouring out his anger. Even in that situation, he still brought up manners. Of all things, how could he yell at his own pitiful child? How dare you speak to your mother like that? When the family is in trouble, we should all band together and overcome the crisis. How dare you be so rude to your mother? Mother, what have you ever done for me as a mother? Did you ever buy me new clothes or shoes for school, or did I always get brother's hand-me-downs? You told me to earn my own college tuition. Why do you think I moved out the moment I got a job? Why do you think my sister cut ties with you? You know all the reasons, yet you still only care about brother? I can't do this anymore. I can't be your son anymore. Get out. Both of you, get out right now. As of today, I renounce my position as the second son. Never try to see me again. Get out. What? You. How can a child abandon their parents? What kind of child does that? You are the ones who abandoned me in the first place. Did you ever truly consider me your child? If so, I don't need you as parents either. Just live as you have been, pretending I don't exist. I will not. I will absolutely not leave. How dare you be so rude to your parents? I won't leave after seeing you act like this. All our belongings are here, so we won't leave. Ultimately, my in-laws sat down on the spot and started screaming. Hyunwoo was sobbing, his face covered in tears and snot, pouring out his anguish. But my in-laws were still brazen, completely ignoring his feelings. I felt so heartbroken watching this. Then, I spoke to the two shameless people. Fine. Then I will call the police right now. This is my house, so I have the right to report unauthorized entry and refusal to leave, don't I? Would you like the police to come and forcibly remove you, or will you leave peacefully? What? You. How dare you casually say such a thing to your in-laws? Didn't you hear? My husband says he has no parents, so, naturally, he has no in-laws either. Get out of here right now, otherwise, I'm calling the emergency line. Don't worry, I'll send all your belongings by freight. Now, leave. Finally, when I threatened to call the police, my in-laws fumed and left our newlywed home. The next morning, as soon as the sun rose, we packed all of my in-laws' belongings and sent them away. That day, Hyunwoo and I drank heavily. Only then did I fully understand the extent of the discrimination Hyunwoo had grown up with. It turned out that the brother-in-law, who was academically better than Hyunwoo, had monopolized his parents' love, and constantly looked down on Hyunwoo and his sister since childhood. Hyunwoo had initially resigned himself to it, believing it was just his life. However, as the discrimination worsened over time, he eventually moved out to live separately from his parents after starting his career. Since his parents continued to only look out for the elder son and gave him everything, Hyunwoo's resentment must have been immense. It truly broke my heart as he told me this story, tears streaming down his face. Initially, my in-laws sent Hyunwoo and me various curse-filled messages. They must have been convinced that the brother-in-law would take care of them, now that this had happened. But as expected, the brother-in-law couldn't even take care of himself. It turned out that he had used the security deposit money his parents had given him for his business to get back together with his ex-wife, and I heard he stopped taking his parents' calls after that. In other words, my in-laws simply did a favor for the brother-in-law and were then dumped. My in-laws eventually managed to secure a deposit and moved into a rented villa. After realizing that the brother-in-law wouldn't care for them at all, my in-laws kept calling Hyunwoo and me. However, Hyunwoo and I had blocked all their calls. They came to our house a few times, so I finally answered my mother-in-law's call one last time. Oh, my dear, why is it so hard to talk to you? You're doing well, aren't you? I called because I want to apologize to you and Hyunwoo. I'm truly sorry. We were wrong. Your brother-in-law only asks us for money. We were so foolish. I'm sorry. I didn't answer the phone to hear that. I answered to tell you never to come to our house again. I'm telling you politely this time, but if you ever come again, I will call the police, so be aware. Oh, my dear daughter-in-law, why are you doing this? I'm truly sorry. We don't ask for anything else, just stay in touch with us. No, neither my husband nor I have any intention of doing that. You've always looked down on your second son. So now you can live happily ever after with your precious eldest son. I'm hanging up now. With that, I coldly hung up on my mother-in-law and blocked her number again. Since then, Hyunwoo hasn't visited or contacted his parents at all. He said that since he's married, he's only going to focus on our new family. It's ridiculous how the brother-in-law, after his parents gave him everything, his entire life, hasn't done the right thing. It's unbelievable that he only exploits his parents, and doesn't take care of them. His ex-wife doesn't bother with my in-laws either, as there are no more scraps left for her from the family. The brother-in-law is probably not taking care of his parents, because he only managed to remarry recently. Ultimately, this whole situation seems to have happened because of the way my in-laws raised their children. A year has passed since that incident. I'm pregnant and about to give birth. Hyunwoo always tells me he wants to have many children. He says that because he grew up lonely, he wants to have many children and build a family, where he can give them all the love he missed out on. I plan to gently comfort Hyunwoo's heart and continue to live happily together. My parents feel bad for Hyunwoo and give him so much love, and we see them often and live happily now. I think there might be others listening to this story, who grew up with similar discrimination. I've realized through this experience, that emotional wounds aren't only inflicted by direct physical harm. Words and actions can also leave deep scars on a person. I hope this story can bring some healing to the many people who have been hurt. I'll end my story here. I wish happiness and love to all of you. Thank you.